Hello, my Sue family. Welcome back to my channel here. And today I will be talking about questions some of you asked me personally and just a little bit more information about me as a deaf person. So, growing up deaf, it was a little bit hard because I had to learn how to speak for 6 years. I still continue learning how to say a few words I cannot say. Then also, growing up deaf is kind of hard a little bit. Not a lot, but it's not like a curse like a lot of hearing people say. Oh, it must be bad being hearing. No. It's none of that. But it's more like weird because you can't hear things other people normally would. Like, if it's raining, I can't hear that. If a car is passing by, I still can't hear that. I can feel the vibrations, but I still can't hear it. So a lot of people ask me, how you listen to music then? I feel the vibration. Or I look at the lyrics of a music or a song. I watch anything that I need to watch. I put on captions to help me. If there's no captions, I will not understand. There's my dog. But if there's no captions, I will not understand. Most people understand when I say a few words in sign language. Like, I remember going to a fast food restaurant and I had to plug in my phone and then show it to them. They automatically understood. Some places don't accept that, which is really rude, but yeah. Another question people ask me is, how does it feel every day? And that's another video for later. I was planning on doing the intro, then show y'all what life is like with hearing loss, and then change your perspective on it. So basically it's like your perspective is now my perspective, so it's gonna be different. But imagine nighttime, empty parking lot, no sound, dark, really quiet, no traffic, no cars, no noise, no birds singing, no bugs making noise. It's really quiet. But with my hearing aid, it matches my frequency, which a lot of you guys have normal frequencies, which is like 20/20 eye vision, but it's so different. I can't hear nothing out of this ear, but I can hear barely anything with my right ear. So whenever I have my hearing aids off and I think someone's yelling, I'm always wrong because I can't hear it. But whenever I have it on, I can hear a little bit better, which is why I hate the sound of my voice, because I don't know how loud I am talking. So a lot of people say, well, how can you tell if someone's talking to you? There's 4 ways you can get my attention. My dog, she barks whenever someone's near or to the door. Hand waves like this. Your phone, it has a flashlight, so you turn it on and then off, so you just go on and off. That gets my attention. Or if you slam on a floor, door, or on a table, get my attention, or stomping helps. That's a lot of ways to get my attention. A lot of people ask, like, how do I get my hearing aids? My school gives them to me. My school has audiologists where I go every year to get testing to see my hearing getting better or worse, or to find a hearing aid that matches with my frequency. Then also, it's like normal for me. Yes, it's expensive because you have to buy hearing aid batteries all the time, which is usually about like $3 to $10, and that's like every 2 to 3 weeks, and then it adds up plus months. So yeah, it adds up pretty quick, but I don't mind it. Another thing is, deaf people are really common to get ear infections. So basically, I had probably maybe over 25 ear infections before in my life. So it's like, it's painful, yes. It sucks, yes. The part that sucks is not your family understanding what you're saying. It's you not understanding what they're saying because you don't have anything to help you. I do not wish for anyone to get a really severe ear infection because those hurt, and it's hard to understand people without any assistance. So yeah. Another thing is, my dog, she likes to bark, so we keep her in my room so I can be aware of who's at the door, who's near, and I can feel safe. I really wanted a deaf dog, but then my mom said, hey, look at it like this. She's like basically your service dog, but you just can't take her nowhere. And I was like, oh yeah, that's true, because I need someone to help me understand who's near, who's not. So yeah, she's like my own personal doorbell, and she's my own personal like alert system. So yeah. Another thing about me, I used to be really athletic. I'm still am. I just don't do sports. I just normally work out. That's it. I remember the first year I tried out for soccer. It was really fun. My first girl team. I was new to it. Then I found my love for that passion. And then for maybe like 4 years or 3, I was with like an all-boys team, because I originally signed up for like boys and girls team, but I was the only girl on a boys team, so basically like that. Then I quit for like 2 years, and then I signed back up for my freshman year of high school. I didn't like it because I didn't like being on a team with a lot of girls, because I wasn't like I could not socialize with that. But yes, a lot of people think deaf people can't play sports, but I think a lot of deaf people play sports to prove that the hearing world is wrong about us, like the stereotypes. I think that a lot of deaf people don't get a lot like normal hearing people would. Like, let's say I have a short story to tell you, but me and my friend, we went to go to the cafeteria because deaf people in my school are allowed to leave 5 minutes early, to go to lunch early, because we can't hear what they're saying over people chatting, so we plan ahead. And then there was this one lunch woman who came to me and my friend saying, "Who are you? You're not deaf." And then me and him, she said, "Show me your hearing aids or your cochlear to prove that you are deaf." And that was the biggest insult for me and him. And we had to show her our hearing aids. So we took it out like that. And then she never apologized. She never done that. And then me and him were puzzled because we never got that question before in our lives, because we didn't think that deafness had a look. One thing I can point out is, like, if you see someone who signs, or if you see someone who has a disability, don't like come up to them and be like, "Prove to me that you are disabled, or you're deaf, or you're blind," or anything, because that's kind of like insulting. You're just like awkward. So I never ate lunch there again because I do not like school food. But yeah, there's a lot of deaf kids in my school. I don't want to associate with them, but one thing that really, like, my pet peeve is when a hearing person tries to teach not deaf people, but like to try and teach other people sign language when it's wrong. So basically what I'm saying is, like, if you're not certified of an interpreter or a sign language background, then don't teach others about sign language unless you're deaf, or you grew up with deaf people, like your parents, your siblings. I understand that because it's CODA. That's another thing for word for kids who have deaf parents. They're called CODA. So basically it's like growing up with your deaf parents, and then they're the only hearing ones. I'm the only one that's deaf in my family. So I wouldn't count myself as a CODA because I'm not a parent, or I don't have parents who are deaf. My siblings are all hearing. Parents are hearing. Grandparents are hearing. Like, entire family is hearing. The only one that's deaf. Is it hard? No. Is it not easy? Yes, but they're trying to learn ASL again, and it's practice that counts. And I do have a friend who's hearing. She took ASL class, and she's really good at signing. And I have a lot of friends who would change their Spanish class to learn ASL to help me understand them when they're like in a group conversation, because whenever a deaf person's in a conversation with a big group, we don't catch everything because we have to lip read everyone. So when everyone is chatting, it's harder. So whenever we ask what you say, don't say like never mind, because it makes us feel left out, you know? I will be teaching you all signs again in future videos. Sorry I haven't been lately like posting a lot. I'm just lazy and kind of like gave up because I don't know what to do. It's my first time doing this stuff. But I will be teaching you all like the basic outdoors, or like the basic kitchen like plates and stuff, animals. And I'll be showing you all what it's like living with hearing aids and stuff. Yeah, but other than that, like, being deaf is awesome because you get benefits, and then also has its disadvantages. because you get ear infections a lot, like maybe 75% of your life. Then you also have your own language and your own culture. And not only that, but it's also like inspiring whenever someone you love learns a language for you to understand. Another question a lot of people ask is like, why you speak when you can sign? I'm like, because if I signed, you wouldn't understand me, and I know how it feels to not understand someone. So I try my best to like make it easier for you all to understand. That's why I go slower in my videos, and I repeat and repeat and make it go faster, because if you practice, the faster you get. So the faster you practice your ABCs, the faster you understand it, and the faster you can read someone's ABCs. For me, I can do my ABCs in like 15 seconds because I practice. But now I'm practicing with my left hand, which is a lot hard because a lot of people can't do both hands. And it's not which hand is better, is which hand is more dominant, because it's easier to sign with that hand than your weaker hand. Because if I sign with my left hand all the time, you can see I'm going slow because I can't comprehend it, because it's like not my dominant hand, even though I can write with both hands. I have like maybe 7 or like 6 different types of hearing aids in my life. And then 4 from school, and then, because 4 of them were like made for school, and then I had some for home, because I had 2 different types of hearing aids before. It was too confusing to the point where I just gave up and I just took my school ones home, and then they finally realized I wanted just 1 pair of hearing aids. So now I only have 1 pair of hearing aids for school and home. So back then I had 2. One would be for home, where I had to change it at school in these little trays, and then I had to change to my school ones, which would connect to like a microphone so I could hear better. I hated it, but it helped.